right, guys, we're here with Alex, who just finished our CrossFit Jungle Gym 5-week nutrition challenge. So, overall, Alex, tell us why you decided to get signed up. What was your motivating factor?
Actually, my biggest motivation was that my son wanted to sign up, and I wanted to support him and understand what he was going to be going through with the nutrition challenge. And I'm amazed at the results that I received, and I'm happy with how the challenge works and how easy it really is.
So you signed up to support your son, which I think is awesome. So you came in pretty much like feeling like your nutrition was pretty good, that you ate well, that you made healthy choices. So were you trying to achieve any goals with healthy eating prior to the challenge on your own?
Well, yeah. Like, I already drink water every day. The first thing I do is brush my teeth, get dressed, go downstairs, have a glass of water. I walk 2 miles with my dog every morning. Plus, I do the CrossFit at home 3 days a week and exercise the other days, either bicycle or short runs.
And what are your motivations for that? Is it just overall health? Were you looking to see any weight loss? Like, what drives you to kind of to take on that healthy lifestyle prior to the challenge?
So my biggest motivation is I've always been active. However, I've had a number of different kinds of health scares that have put me backwards, where I couldn't exercise or I couldn't walk or certainly not run. So I'm taking charge of my health even more so than before.
Awesome, I love it. And coming in here having felt like you weren't at an unhealthy weight. It was more or less like support my son, learn some information. Did you feel like somebody coming in at your level, already being in what I would consider very, very good health, do you feel like somebody at your level was able to still see change and learn along the way?
Absolutely. I definitely feel better. I feel stronger. I feel like I'm feeding my family better. Even though we were eating really well before, but doing this has made the rest of my family also be more interested in having a few more vegetables here and there. And that's, I don't know, it has definitely worked. It's made a big difference.
Awesome. And in terms of we were just talking about your weight. So like weight loss, you had kind of mentioned, if I could lose a couple pounds when we first met together, you're like, that'd be nice, but it's definitely not a must, right? It's all the other side benefits that we're aiming out for here. So like you were able to lose some weight. Can you tell me a little bit about, you don't have to give me numbers, but kind of like where you were at before this, and like, was this did this allow you to kind of break through any plateau that you kind of experienced on your own?
Yeah, so I had been a pretty steady weight for decades. No matter how much I exercised, I felt better with the exercise, but the weight never changed. And literally in the 5 weeks of doing this, or 2.5 weeks of doing this nutrition challenge, I lost a few pounds and have done even more pounds since then.
Yep, so we did halfway measurements halfway into the 5 weeks, and now we're just doing the wrap up of the 5 weeks. So you lost at the first halfway measurement, and you continue to lose. And do you feel like what you've learned you'll be able to continue, like it's going to be sustainable for you to continue to eat this way and continue to feed your family this way moving forward?
Oh, absolutely. And I think the biggest difference is how the meals are arranged.
Portions,
the portions, and what is provided in each meal. So yeah, absolutely.
My last question. So you talk about your family, like, kind of getting a little bit more on board. A lot of times what we see when somebody does a nutrition challenge or starts to make changes to themselves, maybe their family doesn't always take note in the first week or second week, and then like 5 weeks is a pretty long time, even though it's a short time at the same time. But like, when did you feel that your family was like really starting to take note of what you were doing and decided to like get on board with the changes?
When they saw all the delicious cherry tomatoes and vegetables that were placed on the counter for my son and I, and for them too.
Yeah.
But then they kind of take a few more than I planned for them to take. I'm like, no, wait.
The reason why I ask is because most people's family, like most people say like, their family meets them with resistance. Their family's like, I'm still going to buy the foods that I want to eat and yada, yada, yada. It's not, people think that that's going to be the case, and then quite often their family ends up eating their food and doing what they're doing. And sometimes people are so surprised with how quickly the people around them will adapt and really eat whatever's available, right? Not always that tasty, convenient choice, if depending on how you look at it. So cool. And your son hasn't got his measurements yet, but would you say that so far, based on what you're seeing at home, that he's excited about the change that he's seeing? I mean, he's coming in later, so we'll find out ourselves. But how do you feel like he enjoyed his experience? As a parent, you're always looking for your kid to get the most out of an experience, or to just be happy. Like, do you feel like this has improved, I don't want to say his level of happiness, but just maybe how he feels about himself, or anything along those lines from what you see as a parent watching?
Yeah, I definitely. He is a numbers guy, so
Love it.
he's also a rule follower, so he was very super consistent, and he needed that little bit of motivation and a push. No matter what I said before we even started the challenge, he was kind of stuck in this pattern. And the challenge gave him a reason to break that pattern and start a new one. And he is very happy with the results.
Awesome.
So
that's all I got. Thank you.